Good morning, good day, and good evening. As you know, as we always say, it does not really matter what time, day, night, or evening that you listen to the On God Podcast Daily Devotions. This is your host, which you know as Randy, aka LZ, but it is not about me, it is about God. Yes, happy Tuesday, happy Tuesday, happy Tuesday. I have to remember the days of the week now and remember the dates. It's a lot to do this, okay? It's a lot to do with these devotions, but nonetheless, we thank God for the privilege of being able to do it because we get to share the word with the world and we get to grow with the world because you guys get to share stuff back when you want to. Because apparently, you guys just watch most of the time and do not say a thing. I would love for you guys to engage more. Let's have conversations. If you have something to add, please do. If you have something to share, testimony, anything, please do share. We are always here. We listen and we do judge, okay? We are of God. Okay, we're children of God. We're supposed to judge one another and say, hey, no, brother, no, sister, that's not the way to do it. But yes, brother, that is the way to do it. Yes, sister, that is the way to do it. We should always call each other out when we are wrong, and we should always encourage each other when we are doing right. Okay, just like children, we are always children. Even the Bible encourages us to be more like children. For the specific reason, we do not really grow out of being children. We are just grown children, you know. And we should never take that away from ourselves. I know a lot of people call people childish and whatnot as an insult, but it's not. It's a compliment when you call me a child. When you say I'm childish, because I am childish. I like to do a lot of kid activities. I like to enjoy myself being youthful, which makes life easier when you have a child because then you don't feel like, hey, I'm too much of an adult to be doing this. And one of the things that I learned from my wife, because she's more of a child than I am, she really, for lack of a better word, she really dumbs herself down when she's playing with our daughter. And I envy that because I want to be that dumb too, just be free. I'm not saying she's dumb, but it's just that that's what we call being a child when you're an adult, dumbing yourself down, whatever the case is. But I love that. I love that. That's why some teachers are extremely amazing because they can talk to a child like a child, and the child has that bond with them. They have that understanding. They have a vibe together. And you, as a parent, are like, why does my child love their teacher so much? And it feels like I'm lacking. You are lacking because you are letting the fact that you're an adult stop you from experience having a great experience with your child. Okay? Anyways, I don't know why I'm going on a tangent about this, but it's something that's been in my heart, being like a child, and I see that a lot in my child, is that her as a child, she cries a lot. Like, I don't know, female children just cry a lot, but she cries a lot, right? Like, she'll cry for anything. But one thing I love about her, she'll cry and still come back to us. Like, she still knows dad is dad and he loves me and he's always there for me, and she knows that mom is mom and she's always there for her. And that's something that I love about her because she's teaching us the fundamentals of life. Have a bad experience with someone or have a disagreement or whatever circumstance that happens between you and an individual, but still have that humanity of connection. We can disagree, but there always has to be love. We still have to recognize who we are with each other and just have that love towards each other, not write people off. And I struggle with this because I'm just I'm not a humanitarian, man. I'm a loner. Like, I'm a lone wolf. I love my own space. I love being alone. So, writing people off is more of an excuse for me not to have to deal with people. So, I convince myself, like, yo, this person is A, B, and C. So, I'm gonna see you later, bro. Probably not, but yeah. And I take great pride in that for some odd reason. I don't know why. Um, more like a monk, like civilization away from everybody. You know, it's my steez, and I want to do better. I want to do better. I want to engage. My wife is totally different, so she does that on our behalf, so that I don't have to. I really do not like the small talk guys. Like, I feel like when people talk to me, they should know what they want to say, and they should know this is a good conversation and this is where we're going with it. Not be like, hey, yo, yeah, crazy day, yeah. What? No, no, go stand over there. Go stand over there. Don't come at me with small talk. You better know why you're talking to me. Okay, I really can't stand small talk. I really can't. Anyways, I don't want to. I don't know why I'm telling you guys this, but I struggle with it. Okay, pray for me. And today we are reading from First John, chapter 4, verse 19, I believe. Um, yes, chapter 4, verse 19. First John, remember that. First John, but it's written there. Yeah, you can see it on your screen right now. So you see, our love for him comes as a result of his love, of him loving us first. I'm gonna read that one again. So you see, our love for him comes as a result of him loving us first. Listen, man, I'm not gonna dwell on the same old things. We all know God loved us first before we were born. He knew the number of our hairs. Yes, many hairs here and whatnot. But he knew everything about us before we were even born. So obviously, he loved us first. That's a given. I'm not gonna explain that to you. You guys pretty much get it. Anyways, um, but let's just dwell on that for a second. Like the fact that he loved. Have you ever seen a mom like bonding with the baby while the baby's still in the womb? And she'll be like talking to the baby, rubbing her belly, making sure the baby's good, cravings. Like basically, God is that, but a billion times better because he knows exactly what's going on, what position you're in, what's wrong, what's right with you, what your height is, what your weight is. He knows every single detail to the point where he's molded you to be perfect. But granted, because of our sinful eyes, we always see problems with each other. Perfect example, my wife likes to ask me like, what's the one thing I don't like about myself, like appearance wise, right? And I always say it's my nose. And she loves my nose, surprisingly. And I think about that a lot. Because I'm like, God gave me this nose. As much as I don't like it, I do want to grow to like it at some point because I really don't like it. But my wife loves it. I think that's God's way of like showing me how valuable my nose is, because what I may not see as good enough or as beautiful or whatever the case is, someone there appreciates it. And that's the artistic beauty about God, right? He loves you so much that it's not just for you. Somebody else gets to experience you, someone else gets to appreciate you. So you may not see the full picture of what God has painted, but someone else will view you and say, hey, I love that about you painting. Think about that for a moment. Think about that. that there are things about yourself that you don't find comfortable, like showing people, or the fact that they don't display. But someone out there is looking at you and like, woo, God really did something here. That's amazing. One of the conversations I always used to have with guys in general is, the spousal difference. How most women, um, even some guys, even actually a lot of guys, people always like a beautiful man will marry a woman that's not so beautiful, right? And a beautiful woman will marry a man that's not so beautiful. It happens a lot in marriage, right? And people always have a thing to say about it. Like, oh my God, why would they marry them when they so good looking, whatever the case is? And I always think about that. I'm like, why is that a deal breaker for someone to say, I won't marry you because you're not as beautiful as me based on your output, exterior, whatever. And I'm like, how do you make a life choice? Because that's a life choice that you're making. You missing out on a wife or missing out on a husband because they don't have the best looks. Like, I look at some of the most amazing husbands and wives out there, and they're not the best looking people in terms of appearance, because there's more beautiful people out there, but their hearts are so pure. They love their spouses so much. They do so much for the community. They do so many amazing things, and you're like, yes, why wouldn't you marry this person? And then someone else looks at them based on their appearance and say, how is this person married? Can you imagine? But I do believe, though, God doesn't make us that beautiful um, to humble us. Because for you to truly have character, my wife and I were actually talking about her female friend, who's extremely beautiful, by the way, in terms of appearance. And her heart is still the most beautiful thing about her. Surprises me till this day. Every time I speak to this person, I'm shocked that someone whose outside appearance is that beautiful still has a heart more beautiful than what people see on the outside, right? Because most people are excited to talk to her because she's beautiful, but then when you talk to her, you forget that she's beautiful because the heart is the one that's speaking to you. You're like, this person's nice. Like, her character is just amazing, and it teaches you a lot about life. Okay, there's some people that don't see the things that you see. Like, when you look at them, you see, oh my God, they're so beautiful, and their character is the most important thing to them. Like, you can tell this person cares about humanity based on how they treat each and every single person that they've encountered with the same respect. Like, because this person, right, does not just only talk to me, she speaks to a lot of people around me of different levels or whatever the case is. And you can see the respect is all across the board for everyone. Like, there's no one special where you can say, oh no, that person's rich, so she talks to that person better, or whatever the case is, or that person is a boss, so she speaks to this person, or this person's white, or this person's black. No, everyone gets the same respect. And that's the character we should have. Because God loved us first. So we should love God's people. Do not judge people based off their experience. The Bible tells us to judge people based on their fruit. So the fruit that someone carries is what we should judge them by. So if their fruit is still not bearing the right fruit, then you need to tell them, like, hey, fix your tree. Plant your seeds properly into proper soil. Water it regularly. Take care of your tree. Cut off the branches and stuff that is not right for the tree. Take care of your tree, because your tree represents you. Okay, I'm not going to dwell much on that. I'm just going to leave it there. Enjoy the rest of your day. Happy Tuesday. Peace and love to all of you.